18-year-old Hyunju is a junior in high school who loves to go to school. She loves the pretty path to school, along the palace stone walls. She loves the sound of chalk on the board, spelling out knowledge. She has friends that she can talk with all day long. The trail lined with trees and the garden filled with fresh roses amid the warmth of history.
네, 저희 학교가 120년이 넘었고 또 교정이 넓고 아름답다 보니까 제가 자주 산책을 해요. 산책을 하다 보면 저희 학교의 그 긴 역사들을 상상해 보기도 하고 음미해 보기도 해요.
In 1886, the school was founded by an American Methodist missionary, Mary F. Scranton. It was Korea's first school for women. Countless students have passed through the beautiful halls over the past 120 years. Among them, one girl stands out in Hyunju's mind.
이분은 저희 학교를 가장 사랑하셨고 또 아마 전 세계에서 우리나라를 가장 사랑하시는 분일 거예요. 예쁘시죠?
One century ago, Yoo Kwan-soon was a girl who loved this campus, just like Hyunju. This 18-year-old girl also liked the pretty stone-walled path and talking with her friends. Many things excited her. On the Ewha Girls High School campus in 1917, one girl was carefully knitting a child's cap.
Brother, how have you been? I received the joyous news last week from Yedo. As soon as I heard the news of your newborn son, we cried out in joy in the dormitory hallway.
Her name is Yoo Kwan-soon. Born in a rural town of Chungcheongbuk-do, or North Chungcheong Province, she came to Seoul to study 2 years ago. The hat that she's been knitting is for her little newborn nephew.
Dear brother, the winds of our hometown Jiryong must be chilly for the little one. I have unskilled hands, but I have knitted a hat. By the time my nephew is big enough to go kite flying wearing this hat, there's a place I want to visit with him.
However, Yoo Kwan-soon never got to keep that promise. The student with a smile, the one who always missed her hometown. The pretty student with a girl next door image tragically died in a cold prison cell 3 years later.
Brother, it is Kwan-soon. I hiked up my beloved Mebong Mountain for the first time in a long while. Do you remember the hat and letter I sent you when my nephew was born 2 years ago? The place that I said I wanted to visit with him was none other than the Mebong Mountain.
On January 22, 1919, Emperor Gwangmu of the Greater Korean Empire is mysteriously murdered. The anguish of the people turns into fury against Japan, which has been forcefully occupying Joseon. On March 1st, a large-scale manse protest takes place. Kwan-soon too ran out into the streets to cry manse. However, this day of claiming freedom and independence ended in tragedy. A countless number of people fell at the indiscriminate shooting of the Japanese army. Kwan-soon, who barely escaped the death-filled streets, was lost in shock and terror.
Brother, due to the manse demonstration, our school was closed down. So I decided to come home and visit the Mebong mountain, about which I have told my friends countless times. I learned in school that the highest mountain in the world is the Himalayas. But I still think the Mebong mountain is the best because when I come up here, I can see everything from our town to the roads and all the way to the market.
Before she leaves Seoul, Kwan-soon hides important items in her luggage. The Declaration of Independence recited in Seoul on March 1st, and a taegukgi. Back in her hometown, Yu관순's days become very busy and secretive. During the day, she would draw taegukgi in her room, and in the evenings, she'd cross rivers and climb over hills with hidden flags. It was to spread the taegukgi and the plans for a demonstration to the neighboring villages. In 20 days, Yu관순 traveled to 24 towns to organize a manse demonstration.
Brother, the day has almost come to an end. The sight of smoke rising from the chimneys puts a smile on my face. You know that there's a beacon mound on the Mebong mountain, right? I came to light the beacon today. But it's my heart that feels as if it were on fire. Tomorrow, I'll be meeting many people at the Aone market.
The next day, the Aone market was filled with people holding taegukgi. They were all brought together by Kwan-soon.
전 세계 약소 민족들이 독립을 위해 싸우고 있습니다. 나라 없는 백성이 어찌 백성이라 할 수 있겠습니까? 우리도 만세를 외쳐 나라를 위해 싸웁시다. 대한독립 만세! 대한독립 만세! 대한독립 만세! 대한독립 만세!
The manse demonstration at Aone Market began with the speech of a 17-year-old girl. On that day, all that the people did were to hold their taegukgi up high and cry manse. But what came back to them were arrests and aimed shootings. It was also the day that Yoo Kwan-soon witnessed the death of her parents.
Dear brother, it is fall. As I look out of the barred windows, I am reminded of my school, which is not far from here. I miss my friends and teachers, but for some reason, I cannot remember my parents' faces. Dear brother, my health is not well, and I am afraid. I am only 18 years old. What will happen to me?
On September 28, 1920, Yu관순 died within the walls of the Seodaemun prison due to severe torture. She was 18 years old. She is a national hero, beloved by all Koreans, but she left nothing behind, not a piece of clothing, not a single book. It is not because she died at such a young age, but because somebody removed everything that belonged to her. The only item that allows us to imagine the warmth of her heart is the hat she knitted for her nephew. Yoo Kwan-soon. She was the famous tomboy of Ewha Girls High School. And she was the girl next door who drew taegeuk for her country, just the way she knitted for her nephew. What impassioned her short life was not the revelation of God, nor a great philosophy. She was just a girl who loved people and peace, and a girl who could not give up that love. Her spirit is passed on to the girls and boys who live in Korea in the 21st century. The spirit that has long been carried on throughout the history of Korea.